the Apps and Dad podcast with T-Bark and Blackie Chad. Serving the realness, don't make them mad. Nah, say how you feel. Communicate freely, that's how you build. Word.
Yeah. We back. Episode 222.
Yeah. I am Blackie Chad.
I am T-Bark. T-Bark.
It's usually 3 T-Barks, but whatever.
How many was that?
I don't know. It's 4. Yo, I just want to say thank you so much for the love, for the support, for the suggestions, for the opinions, for the constructive criticism, for the negativity, for the positivity. That stuff has all helped us shape our show to be a little bit better.
Yes, I want to say thank you as well. I appreciate all the love, the support, everybody who took the time to actually sit down and watch and listen to, that hour of us, sharing what we shared, our personal lives. And it's been crazy. Remember Monday, it was like, oh, anxiety is real. Like we was both anxious as hell. It's like, this is, because it's like really us being us. And It's like a part of us. Like, got people telling me, oh, I learned so much about you, and da-da-da-da-da. It's like, yeah, I know. It's like vulnerable. Right. It's like a very vulnerable moment. It's like something we care about. Yeah. So it's like, we want people to like it and enjoy it and learn from it and talk about it. You can hate it too, as long as you talk about it and it's a topic of discussion at the dinner table. That's what we really want, for us to come together and, build off of something so simple as a podcast and just have these conversations in our communities, in our neighborhoods, in our streets, in our homes.
The crazy part is people are really starting to identify with this, and it's starting to be that space bar. And that's one of the reasons why we created it. Yeah. For us to say, my childhood was like us, for us to say how our childhood was, but for it to be a space bar for somebody else to fill in how their childhood was. So let this be the gateway to conversation. I'm not going to say that slavery was a choice, but this has the same ideology as that. I don't know what his intent was, but my intent is just to stretch the conversation and to make us think more, be more aware, realize that other people think the same way you do.
Yeah, can we not use slavery was a choice though as an example? I know you.
That was a perfect example.
But
George Bush doesn't like black people.
That grinds my. The switch up was crazy.
Right.
His switch up was crazy. I don't know.
Anywho,
that's your boy though.
Today's topic is preventing deadbeat parents, and as we both agree that there is only one way to prevent deadbeat parents, and that is
celibacy, abstinence.
Okay.
What's the one way to have a child? I mean, unless you adoption and then halfway through your adoption process, your husband or your boyfriend dip like, I don't want no parts of this. Right. But that's pretty impossible. I hope. Well, not impossible. I hope it's rare that it just never happened before.
So hopefully we can go piece by piece on describing our own opinions or how we feel about things. But I just think that we're going to speak on men and women. It's not like just dads that we're going to say is deadbeats. There are deadbeat mothers. And a lot of people that I talked to throughout the week said, hey, you talking about deadbeat dads. Make sure you talk about deadbeat moms also, because they are out there. They are not rare. They are definitely out there.
It's a two-person thing. It goes both ways. Deadbeat moms, deadbeat dads, deadbeat grandparents, deadbeat uncles.
Stop it. But I just think that times have changed, and I feel like the vagina it doesn't have its pedestal anymore. It has come down to do its own dirty work.
It has lost its pedestal.
It has lost its power.
From both the male and the female.
Right.
Don't put as much emphasis and care and love into the act of sex. It's really just an act. It's not something special anymore. Like, I'm pretty sure when your parents and my parents were having sex, it was like this big thing, you know what I mean?
Right.
Wait, was that the 70s? Because, the 70s, they was on some different stuff. But no, early in time, like, that was a big thing. Even growing up, I remember growing up, it's like, yo, sex is like, whoo. Right. It's like kids growing up nowadays, like, yo, I'm just trying, what's up? Right. You know what I mean? It's like, wait, what?
Exactly.
Man, they doing that now?
And one of the things that I learned is that a woman's first love is supposed to be her father.
This is true.
You know, the father is supposed to teach them how to be loved, or how to be held, or how to be cared about, or how to learn from, or to show them how the world is, and show them, because sometimes a lot of us were dogs at one point, show them how the world is, and they're going to learn it from him. So a lot of times women who have a dad in their life who is a strong backbone of the family look at him and say, dude, if you can't come like my dad does, I don't want to be with you.
That's
now to play devil's advocate, you do have girls who have a great dad and play the exact opposite. Want the guy who's nothing like the dad. Hence, they say the quote unquote the preacher's daughter.
Yeah.
You know, but women don't value love the same way. So they're out here searching for wherever. So sometimes a lot of young girls think that a man's penis is goes together with love, and that's not all the same. So sometimes we have to figure out if we both of us, male and female, value sex the same before we lay down with that person. Because for him, his intention is gonna be like, I'm just gonna hit and get out of here, and hers is like, I'm looking for this guy to take me to ecstasy without taking ecstasy, but I'm also looking for this guy to love me forever, and it doesn't always happen like that.
Yeah, like females are more emotional. Okay. The males, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, their brains and their body works completely different than the male's body. You know, that physical and that emotional you may not match up.
Right.
But to go back to what you said about, you know, the first love being the father, I totally agree. Because at the end of the day, your father sets the bar for a male figure, what you should look for in a man. Like, that's the bar. You know what I mean? If you got a deadbeat father, that bar is going to be set low. You know, if you got a great father, that bar is going to be set high. And a lot of guys out there that potentially are deadbeat parents won't reach that bar. So it'll help you get them out the way early. You know what I mean? And then the worst part about that, if you do have a deadbeat dad who's not there at all, you know what I mean? You don't have no bar to be set. So who's going to set that bar? The first male that's in your life. Whatever male comes in, he could be a great male, and you could get lucky, and then, you know, you set the bar high. But if it's somebody who so-called ain't shit, then you got a low bar set as a female. So everybody's going to be just jumping over that bar, and you just think oh my God, he did this. My last boyfriend took me to McDonald's, but he took me to Wendy's. Like, you know what I mean? He got the dollar menu, but my new boyfriend give me a value meal, so it's better. Like, but no, actuality it's nothing. It's pennies on the dollar. Like, you know what I mean? You're not really talking about nothing. Those are terrible. So it's all about the bar.
So, like, all my stuff that I have, like, all my notes is, like, sporadic. It's jumping back and forth. So we're going to jump back and forth on ideas and ping pong.
Yeah.
So I just want to say this. Males and females, ladies and gentlemen, understand this. This is a fact that I want you to keep instilled in you for the rest of your life. Stay away from the opportunity of being a rebound. Stop rebounding. We get out of a relationship with a guy or a girl and be so hurt that we jump right into a relationship, not even caring that he is an exact representation of who we were with before. So you giving your love, you giving your vagina, you giving your penis, you giving your money and your time to a new person where you really can be blinded and not know that you're not attracted to this person. You don't like this person, but it's become a competition where that person moved on, so you want to move on. So you just want to show that I'm with this new person. And then this is the time where this is your most vulnerable time. This is when your fertility is so high.
Yeah.
This is when the guy can swoop right in and say, I would never do you like that. What did he do to you? I would never do you like that. Let's go get a 4 for 4 from Wendy's. And now your bar is so low. Now he having sex with you. And now you got a baby.
That's deep.
Yeah. And then it takes time when you with him, and now you find out he's a dirtbag or a deadbeat dad. You sit back and say, I don't even know why I was with him. I don't even like him. He don't look like the guys I like. He doesn't dress like the guys I like. But by that time, it's too late. Now you're constantly reminded about this guy for the rest of your life.
Blinded.
So be careful about the rebound. Guys, a girl leaves you or she leaves you hurt. Don't go jump in another relationship with somebody because you hurt. Sit back, relax. Like, you can't work out every day. You can't go to the gym and work out every day. You need a rest day. Put your arms down, man. Come on, Jax. But listen, you gotta relax.
I hear you with the relax, but you can't work out every day. You just got to work a different part of your body to get the other.
I understand what you're saying, but what I'm in all seriousness, what I'm saying is you got to step back, analyze the situation.
No,
take a rest day, relax, see what's going on with you, figure out who you are, because we change every day. The guy that you was in a 2-year relationship with, or the girl that you was with, and for a 2-year relationship, you might have changed over that time and might not even like the same type of people. So you got to relax, get to know yourself again before you jump back out there and get into a relationship. Because these mistakes, we can't even call them mistakes because he's 5 years old now.
Yeah.
So no matter, I don't regret anything because this is my son or this is my daughter. Bullshit. We regret kids all of the time. We just don't want to say it because it's the harsh reality.
Yeah. No, that's
a shame. We love our kid, but we wish we never had some of them.
Yeah, no, because I know a lot of people, a lot of females, or males, it becomes a burden. Like, you know what I mean? They got to cut their life short. They feel like they can't do this now. They can't go there now. They can't do certain things now because they have a child, and you know what I mean? Responsibilities change. Like a child would change your life. But to go back to what you're saying, like I totally understand. If you got a clouded vision, like when you get out of a relationship, you kind of gotta take a step back because you'll get caught up into something else that you really don't want. Okay, it really is not good for you.
For sure.
You know what I mean? You'll end up with a deadbeat parent,
right?
Whether you're male or female, they come in both. But that goes back to say, like you said. I remember earlier this week you said you were talking to your dad about dating and how it used to be, and they used to court or whatever. Right. And I was like, let me see what this courting thing is he's talking about. You got an idea, but I looked at it one of the definitions, like they don't even do anything physical. It's all about getting to know that person, like one-on-one without any physical contact.
Right.
And I was like, that's crazy because we meet people nowadays, like the first thing we thinking about, like, damn, what that mouth do? You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you meet somebody at the bar, you're not like, oh, does she got a job? Does she live alone? Does she got a car? You know what I mean? Did she graduate? None of that. It's like, damn. It's like when you first see somebody, the initial attraction is physical. Right. You know what I mean? Like in most cases, you may be watching a podcast and be like, oh, that person. Then you finally see them, and it's like, oh, they're intelligent. Oh, you know what I mean? You might read a book that they wrote. Oh, might be one of those crushes off of something like that. But in today's society, we meet people while we're out. That's the reason why we go out, go drinking, parties, social events, gatherings, whatever. It's all physical. Mm-hmm. And without courting, you know what I mean, or getting to know somebody on that physical level, like we get blinded because once the sex is involved, it'll blind your whole sight of this person, because now you want them to be something they may not be, and you don't care because the sex is good. Mm-hmm. and we both agree, like we heard plenty of females say, oh, I mean, he could do this, he could do that, I don't care, the D's that good, like, right. You know what I mean? He called me in the middle of the night, I'm getting up and traveling 3 hours to his house just to give him this, you know what I mean? It's like, wait, what? Like, first of all, he wouldn't call you at 3 a.m. if he know you sleep and you got work the next morning, right. And he care about your well-being, and he knows you need a certain amount of sleep, and you know what I mean, to do what you need to. But it's crazy because the big thing is preventing deadbeat parents, and it's crazy because unless you're absent and you take that whole way to create a child out of the equation, for sure, then you're not. There's no way to stop or truly know who someone is until shit hits the fan.
So I'm jumping back and forth, ping ponging. We have to do investigations, like deep, hard body, full-fledged investigations. Mm-hmm. Like, it was a time where people was like, should you ask your dating partner, should you ask them about their credit score? Because credit scores kind of tell us who you are in a sense. That's how bankers look at it, and people when you're trying to buy a car and things like that. But you got to be able to say, hey, how many kids you got, girl? Or how many kids you got, sir? Mm-hmm. And say, let's date. Let me see how you interact with your kids. Mm-hmm. We've been together 8 months. I ain't never see you with your kids. I go up your gram. I don't never see your kids on there. First of all, you got a 2-door coupe. I ain't never see a car seat. How do you talk to your mother? How does he talk to his mother? How does she talk to her mother? Like, how do they look on their days off when you ain't around? Like, when you pop up at the crib, is the fingernails dirty? Is the ears dirty? Where they staying at?
How does he talk to his baby mother? Because
how does he talk to his baby mom?
That's gonna give you a red flag right there. If he disrespecting her and don't show no respect to her, what makes you different?
Exactly. I'm glad you said that.
What makes you different?
We are not different. Don't believe, I don't mess with her because she's shicey, she's shady, he's shady. I don't mess with him like that. You got to start doing your investigation. Now, I'm not saying it's okay for you to contact the baby mom because sometimes she could be a little bit biased and say, he's a dirtbag. But you have to be vigilant. When you're giving something to somebody, you got to do your investigation. If I want to borrow $20 from you, I need to know if you're going to pay me back. So I need to know where you work at. I need to know how you're going to pay me back. I need to know what you do on a day-to-day basis because sometimes stuff cracks. You crack. You can be in character for so long, but you're going to crack. And you got to be visual. You got to be visual and realize when these things happen that you're prepared to see. Like, he ain't no good. It's not that he having a bad day. It's not that she having a bad day. He or she is showing you who they are at different times. You just got to be open. If this dude ain't taking care of his kids that he got already, what makes you think he going to take care of yours? You're not different. Don't let him tell you you're different. Because if you get with a guy and you know he has kids, or you get with a girl and you know she has kids, and they don't take care of their kids, you are a deadbeat step boyfriend or girlfriend.
Cause you pretty much allowing it, and you know it's there. You pretty much saying it's okay to do it.
Yeah. And what does that tell him? She don't care about it.
Yeah.
So when she get pregnant, what I'm going to do?
The same thing.
Like chips. Yeah. I'm a dip.
Now to piggyback off of to go back a little bit off of what you said, because I kind of disagree. Kind of like like some people do keep their kids private. If you get into something new and you starting to work into something new, what about those people who decide, I don't want to bring you around my kids. You don't need to know too much about my kids because they're my kids. Like, we're not there yet for you to be in my personal business. Like, you know what I mean? Like, your kids is personal. Yeah, like, they're it's like your most prized possession. If you have kids, they should be. Like, what do you feel about those who actually protect that? Like, they might not let you in right away.
Listen, we disagree on that. I understand that they're not going to let you in. But I spend a night at your crib every day. I'm with you every day. You ain't never telling me I'm going to call you right back. I'm with my son at his baseball game. Or I'm taking my kids to the school. Or my son, I got to read to him. I understand what you're saying. You have a point. People do keep their kids private. But I need to see something that shows me, lady, that you care about your kid. That you're in tune to your kid. Because, my kid lives in California. Okay. How much money do you send them? Back in the day, we used to go to our grandparents' house for the whole summer. Does he come here every summer? Does she come here every summer? These questions have to be asked because these questions will help you prevent deadbeat parents.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying judge a book by its cover. There are some isolated incidents, but I'm going to stand pat and say, like, if he ain't taking care of his responsibilities before you, that means you have to come in, have the greatest vagina or have the greatest D to change them and warp them into a person that they're not. And when you're not around, they're not going to be that. They need you to be their motivational tool. And then if that's the case, you're going to have a baby with somebody who needs to be babied by you. So now you got 2 kids instead of 1. I'm passionate about this, brother.
He just went in.
I'm passionate about this. Also, second point, if you don't mind.
Go ahead, man.
Women, stop creating deadbeat parents. Stop being so understanding to bullshit. Excuse my French. Because what happens is a man is only going to do to a woman what she allows.
This is true.
A woman is only going to do to a man what he allows. So if he says, oh no, look, I'm going out of town this weekend, but your kid need Pampers. I'm going out of town this weekend. I got you when I come back. You say okay that time. Oh, I'm going to Miami with my friends this weekend. I can't. You say okay that time. After a while, he's not gonna feel like he has to be obligated because you are an understanding baby mother or mother of child, or you are vice versa for guys. Anything that I'm saying right now for girls, I'm gonna say for guys. I just say it in girls because I don't date guys. But you have to not let stuff go. I understand why baby moms or mother of child be drawn, but you have to keep that same energy throughout the whole duration of it, because a guy's gonna get too comfortable. He's gonna go out there and have another kid and treat them better because this new baby mom demands more than you. You have to be clear at what you want. You have to be clear and demand what you want, because at the end of the day, as I knew and you knew, what our dads didn't play. Yeah. So we knew that we could think for them and know that we were going to get our ass whooped. Yeah. So I need to know when I'm going out there to buy these new Jordans that I'm standing outside for, that my baby mom is going to have something to say. So guess what? I ain't going to post this on the gram.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to be cognitive of that. You can't let stuff slide. It's so disrespectful for a guy to have a kid with somebody and let this woman struggle. Like, you outliving your best life, she has to alter her lifestyle because you aren't around. That is not okay with me. People go through this all of the time, but we gotta demand more. You gotta say, I'm not going for that. He gotta know what it is from Jump Street. She gotta know what it is from Jump Street. If not, we ain't gonna be preventing nothing. We gonna be saying, "Damn, you got a deadbeat baby mom? You got a deadbeat baby dad?"
Now, to that second point. Now, you said, for the female, or it goes both ways, like you said.
For sure, pause.
But what if the other counterpart just don't have it? Like, say you're not going to Miami,
right?
You know what I mean? And it's your baby need Pampers. Yo, can you bring little baby over some Pampers? Oh, I don't got it right now, but he legit don't have it. And
I understand what you're saying, but you gonna have just as easy for you to say you ain't got it. It's easy for her to say she don't have it. So somebody got to get it.
This is true.
Don't take the onus off of you, because that's not an answer. That's not acceptable. I don't have it. Okay, you need to figure it out, because we make time for what we want to make time for. So if you ain't got no money and you need to get to work, you gonna call and ask somebody. You gonna get cashed out from somewhere. You have to make the decision that if you're going to have a child, you're going to have to sacrifice your pride, your humility, your love, your strength for this child. It is a commitment, 100%. It ain't no half-assing.
That's real.
Even in your situation where you got your daughter 50% of the time and your mother, a child, have her 50% of the time. Yes, y'all do have her 50-50, but that's still, because it's half, it's still 100-100. At the end of the day, you got to give her your all and she got to give her your all. That's what makes it work. We just have one parent who only can give half because she ain't got it or he ain't got it. So you got to get it. You got to get it. I'm not saying that if you don't have money, but a man's job, now granted, no, and don't take this the wrong way, women are moving up in the game. They're being able to get higher paying jobs, and I'm okay with that because I want my mom to have a good job. I want my daughter or my fiance to have a great job, a great paying job, right? But, and you don't want to class like women are supposed to clean the house and do dishes. I understand that. That's not true. I don't agree with that. But what I do agree with, that a man's job is to provide for his family and his children. I don't care what shape, form, fashion. I don't care. You can't find a job, you better start stealing. You can't steal, you got to sell drugs, do what you got to do. I'm going a little offhand, like going too far with it. But you got to be able to sacrifice your life for your kid. Yeah. I remember times when I was struggling, I didn't have money. I would put my daughter, my oldest daughter, in like them stomach hack sacks, put her in there, put the quilt over her face, and I would run down to the L, hop the L as soon as I get there, jump on the L, take the ride all the way down West Philly to my mom's house, go to her crib, take toilet paper. She had peanut butter crackers. I took oodles and noodles. I did everything that I had to do for my child. And that's what a real man does. I don't, because if you want to pack of cigarettes, people got habits. Why don't you? And another question is, why don't you have the money for it? Why don't you? What is the excuse? It's people out here selling ice cold waters.
No, I'm with you, 100.
CDs, DVDs.
I just had to ask. I want to pick your brain. I'm with you. There's a maybe not as far as stealing and selling.
Listen,
listen, I wouldn't go that far, but if you the sun is coming out, you can go get an old T-shirt and a bucket of water and some soap and wash some cars and shine some wheels. Like there's things out there to do. You can go do what you need to do to bring $1 to go get some Pampers. Like so for you to make excuses, it's just, I don't want to hear it. There's certain things in life as a man you shouldn't make excuses for.
Right.
And that is what it is. I don't care who you are. It's like, yo, you need this. All right. Give me a couple days, I'm gonna have it, or give me this, and you know what I mean. I don't got it right this second, but I'm gonna get it for you. Just sit tight.
And if you don't have it, you can't go to the club.
Yeah.
You can't do nothing extracurricular. You can't go to DC with your boys.
If it's a necessity for your baby, you better not be eating. Like there's certain things like your baby have to eat before you eat. Like there's certain things like you gotta go do what you need to do.
For sure.
But you went on a rant.
I did, man. I did.
Now I want to go back to preventing, deadbeat parents. I think one of the biggest things is in this whole dating process and courting process, you take all of that out. It's communication. Communication is key. You come to the table, you may not want the same things, but if y'all not communicating those things, then y'all on two different pages.
For sure.
And that's another thing to lead to the point. Like if you don't know what he wants when that child comes, or if a child does come, then you shit out of luck. Sure. And if you communicate those things, I wouldn't. This is not something. If you having unprotected sex with somebody, this shouldn't be something that you should be scared to talk about.
All right.
Like this should be. This should
start scratching your head.
Yeah.
So what you gonna do?
Like,
that's not a question you should ask later.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Like you need to if the first time he wanted to go ahead, or she said just take it off, or you know what I mean. It's like, so what do you plan to do with X, Y, and Z? Or, what's your intentions? Do you want to keep it? Do you want abortion? Like, what's our options? Like, what do you value? What do you want in life? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Like, I need to know. Like, we need to be on the same page, because I'm going to be real with you. Like, if this baby come, I don't want it. You know what I mean? You're just like, I don't want it. I don't, it is what it is. Either I need to start wearing condoms, or my pull-out game, or you need to get a shot, or you need to be on a pill, like something. We need to talk about something. Mm-hmm. But if it's none of that conversation had, and you throw that test in front of him, and he see that plus symbol, like I said earlier,
is it mine?
Like I said earlier, it's gonna kick in. It's gonna be fight or flight, and you're gonna really see who he really is. Right. Either he gonna be like, all right, man up. What we gonna do now? You're gonna have that talk that you should have had, 3 months ago, 4 months ago when y'all first met. You know what I mean? Start having unprotected sex. Now you're trying to have it when it's too late. Mm-hmm. You're trying to figure out what he wants and what you guys want when you should already know.
Right.
You should, if you're having unprotected sex, if a baby comes, you should already know. Y'all should be on it. It shouldn't even be a conversation.
Right.
It should be like, yo, it's here. Y'all might not plan for it. Y'all might not, wanted it at that time, but you should already know what the outcome is going to be. Either you're going to come to the table like, all right, this is what we need to do. When's the baby shower? Or we're going to come to the table like, all right, did you call already, or do I need to call to get the date set? Right. You know what I mean? Sure. Like, because the earlier, the better you take care of something is the better.
Right.
Now, I personally don't agree with, aborting the mission.
Okay.
Per se. Like, but, I'm pro-choice. So, a little political, I guess you could say, but I am pro-choice. Like, it's the female body. Because at the end of the day, like, I've known plenty of people who got stuck in this situation, and, they want the female to do X, Y, and Z, and the female want to go A, B, and C. And now you stuck, like, and, you got to just tell your homie, like, that's on you, player. That's the female body. She has the right to do whatever she want with it. Like, once it's too late, you done gave her the ball. Now you like, watch what I do with it. You know what I mean? You can't do nothing but sit back and watch the game.
Right.
You should have been playing your cards right.
All right, so I got a question, because I was talking to somebody, and not this. It's hard to ask you this question because I think I know what you're going to say, but let's step out of your own body right now.
Okay.
If communication, I'm basing off what you're saying. Communication was, hey, listen, girl, I don't want any kids.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want any kids. This is not what I want. Blah, blah, blah. And she understands that. And somehow she gets pregnant. He told you he doesn't want kids, but you don't believe in abortions.
Can I stop you right there?
Of course, he should have put a condom on, right?
All right.
But we're getting past. We're getting past. I mean,
okay.
It's so easy to put a condom on, but so many people don't do it, right? We already understand that. But I'm just saying, he already let you know this. Women trap men just as much as men trap women.
True.
So all I'm saying is communication. If he's telling you he doesn't want the child and you keep it, is it still his obligation to take care of the child?
Yes.
Okay. Now
yes.
I'm not saying that I disagree. People out there hating me. I agree with you, but I'm just
No. I agree with you. I understand what you're saying. But yeah, like at the end of the day, like if you don't want kids, don't do the act to get them. Like it's complicated but simple.
Right.
Like you know what I mean? Like you wear a condom,
right.
Wrap it up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Make sure she's taking her pill. Like, yo, baby, it's 8:30. You know, we fell asleep kind of early. Your alarm went off. I just ain't want you to oversleep.
Right.
It's about that time. You know what I mean? I got your Deer Park right here. Crack here. Here, go ahead. Sit this. You know what I mean? You gotta make sure you doing what you don't want kids. You better go down there to the Planned Parenthood and find out what the pill. You don't want to wear condoms. You better take the initiative to figure out another way of contraception. Like you just got to do what you need to do.
So, what about resentment? Like when people resent each other. So I'm just thinking of an idea of like women. I mean, people have to realize that if you need a baby to fix you and that person's relationship, you shouldn't be having a baby. Mm-hmm. Ladies, stop out here trying to lay on your neck to try to get this sperm to go down faster so you can have this baby. Now, we prevent that by having, protected sex, but let's be honest. Like, we're in a time where people don't, like, condoms is probably at an all-time low. Like, they can't even get them Jones away and people use them.
Right.
So.
Sad but true.
Stop using babies to get things. Stop using babies to think that it'll make your life better because you're creating a deadbeat parent. Not to say that they won't take care of their kid, but if they resent you, they're not going to go as hard as they supposed to because they didn't even want the kid in the first place. Mm-hmm. But protect yourself at all times because these things can be alleviated with abstinence or protection. Mm-hmm. But no protection is 100%. I understand everybody say the condom broke and all of that, but
yeah, because the NuvaRing ain't work. But I still love Journey.
I don't. You would have to explain that to me.
I don't want to. We'll talk later.
Okay, cool. So like why don't I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. I'm just so passionate about it. I don't understand
because we both hate deadbeat parents. Like
sure.
We try to our best not to even come close to that category. Like if you see us on a daily basis, like it's like, yo, these dudes are great fathers. That's what we try. That's our strive. Like we had great fathers, so we had a good bar set, so we just try to top that bar every day. Sure. Like so, it's just like when we talk about this, it's just crazy. And when we see it, it's crazy. It's even worse when it's somebody like close to you, and you just like, yo. Why?
Now, what do you? Now, let me ask you this: what do you mean by close to you? Like actually being a deadbeat, or somebody in your family that's experiencing having a father of the child or a mother of the child that's not there?
Like, just somebody like a friend when they could be doing more or they're not there at all.
Bro, listen, I'm gonna tell you this. Just right now, you can hashtag this, brother. I'm not friends with nobody who don't take care of their kids. Point blank, period. Because that means I'm part of the problem and I accept it. If you ain't taking care of your kids, you can't be in my circle. That's just flat out. Now, we ain't got nothing to talk about because my world revolves around my children. If I can't talk to you, that's all I talk about is my kids.
True. That's all we talk about. But listen, now to go back to what you say, what if you have that friend who told another person like who they were with, I don't want to have any kids, and I don't want to, and then they have a kid. Now this is your friend.
Was.
Okay, so it don't even matter.
I
got you.
It's too much. Listen, my son is in baseball. It upsets me. I'm very passionate about it. I mess around and cry right now. It's me and the executive producer Todd back there. It's me and him, or it's him and I. And there's a whole bunch of moms out there at the baseball field. A whole bunch. I'm out there overextending myself. I should be over here working with my son with his throwing game, but I'm over here just trying to be a little image of a good person to these kids so they can see. He's like, I want to kick you in the stomach. Talking to the other kid, I'm like, hey man, why you want to kick him, man?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to butter up the situation. But there's way too many moms. Not to say moms can't play baseball or can't be there, but it's just way too many moms at these places. So if you ain't taking care of your kid, I don't have no respect for you. You selfish. You the one of the lowest on the totem pole. Is how do you eat? How do you sleep? How do you get up in the morning and not be in your top 3 thoughts? Thank you, God, for waking me up. Listen, let me go in the other room and wake my kids up. Or let me call them. How is that not a part of your daily? You brush your teeth every day on routine. You brush your hair. You comb your hair. You wash up, hopefully. You wash up every day, hopefully. You have shown that you can create great regiments of consistency.
Consistency is key.
But you can't do it for your kids? I don't care how much you don't like your baby mom. I don't care how much you don't like your baby dad. Now, granted, baby moms and baby dads can be difficult. But you have to, listen, that is not an excuse. My baby mom be drawn. My baby father be drawn. That is not an excuse. I can't go to bed at night. I have to look in the mirror and be happy at who I am at night. Mm-hmm. If me and you get into a fight outside in the street, and you 30 pounds or 40 pounds heavier than me or whatever, I'm being light, and you beat me down, I'm going to try my hardest. And when I get up, I'm going to say I did everything in my power to win, and it just wasn't it.
That's
right.
Yeah.
So I'm going down to the judicial system or whatever. I don't even know where you go. Chisholm, I'm doing whatever. Child support, I'm doing whatever. I'm going down there. I'm putting in those forms. I'm paying for that. I'm going down to family court, talk to somebody. I'm out here getting a lawyer. I'm out here saving text messages and emails and going down to court with a pamphlet for the stuff and say, "Can I see my son? Can I see my son? Can I see my son?" All them times that she texts you like, you ain't giving me no money, or you ain't giving me no sex, or you ain't doing this, you ain't getting it. I'm doing everything in my power to get my kids, because when they get older and they get able to say, "Dad, why you ain't come for me?" They don't want to hear that you tried.
Nah, that's real.
So to prevent all of that, we have to make better choices. Courting, we talked about that. We didn't really talk about it in depth on this video because it crashed last time. But back in the day, courting was you had to go knock on the door to the mom or to the dad and talk to the mom and dad and say, "I want to take your daughter out." And they had to decide whether you were able to take their daughter out or not.
Exactly.
And then sometimes they'd be like, "No." And the daughter go in the back and be like, "You never let me pick people." Because a lot of you people, a lot of us, have a specific type of person that we like. It's all the same. I talk about this in one of my videos. It's a burger joint. You keep going to all of these burger joints. You probably need to go to Chick-fil-A. You probably need to go to Taco Bell, because you pick the same type of people. And sometimes we are horrible pickers. You're like, "Damn, why can't I pick a good guy?" Because you are looking for them in the wrong places. And you're fascinated by the wrong things. And you are so shallow. Sometimes we go for the baddest chick knowing she's going to do us wrong. But we got a girl around the corner that will hold us down. We go to prison, they're going to hold us down. We need anything, they there, and they're a great person. But just because they don't look like the Instagram girls or the girls on the shave room, we don't want them.
That's real. To go back to your courting, I was on Instagram earlier, and there was a question. Somebody proposed a question, during the dating phase, like,
you can start it over if you want.
Do you introduce your the person that you're dating to your parents? I seen that, and we had the conversations, and this is the topic this week, so it was fresh in my head. It's like, absolutely yes, because when you're dating somebody, you obviously like this person, so there may be small signs that he'll give you, she'll give you.
I'm sorry, what is dating though? So you're saying that it's a process before you get to dating?
Yeah, there is a process before you get to dating.
So to figure out that you like somebody, to go on a date, what's the process before that?
Well, I guess it's setting up the date, but no, I don't really see it. There is a process before dating. Is the process as a whole, for any next level, kids, marriage.
So let's look at this in a collegiate form.
Okay.
Are you letting
you about to talk about talking?
No, a collegiate form. Are you letting a freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior meet your mom? As far as dating, you see what I'm saying? Like, at what part of that stage is it? do you like them enough to see your mom? Freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior?
It's my mom. This is my thing. You let anybody meet your mom because listen to this.
Brother.
Listen to this. I'm not saying to bring them home, but they can say what's up in passing because your mom ever meet somebody and just be like, I don't like them.
Right.
Like it could be the first time, second time. If she don't like them when she was a freshman, what makes you think she gonna like them when she a senior? You might as well get it out the way now. Like your mom, because like I said, you can bring them home. Your parents are gonna see something in people that you may not see because at the end of the day, you like this person. So you may be blinded. Whatever they do, they could do no wrong in your eyes. But if your parents meet them, you can introduce them. Anybody close to you, they'll figure out. They'll pick this person apart. Find things that you may have missed in this whole process,
right.
And let you know what their thoughts are. And you're like, damn, mom, you're right. Like, I missed that. All right. I'm not saying that that's the end all be all. I'm not saying your mom's, because at the end of the day, if they make you happy, they make you happy. They're not here to make your parents happy. You know what I mean? That's not what it's for. But they'll help get that out the way.
Start the live again. But I disagree with that. I'm not bringing anybody to my, like, dating has lost its definition. It just lost its definition because we don't even know what dating is anymore. We
really don't.
We don't know what dating is.
We rush. We rush into everything. Everything is just, boom, boom, boom. All of a sudden we're having sex. You're like, oh,
exactly.
Okay.
Because what did I say? Vagina loses its value. Sex is underrated in some ways, and sometimes it's overrated. But I can't take certain you. What is like dating? Like, yo, what's up? How you? Texting, whatever, and then we see where that goes.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Communication is completely done nowadays. Like, it's no.
But I don't even want communication in that time. I just want experience with you. I don't want communication because communication can say I'm a billionaire. That's you communicating that with me, and that's not true. So I need experience. I need time with you to see. I need to see if you crack. I need to see where you at. I want to see your habits. I want to be around you so much to realize that you do something that I don't like. I need to be around you. I need to be around you. You have to be worthy of something to meet my parents. Flat out. You can ask my mom or my dad.
So
they only met one or two women.
So for you, what is the time frame? All right. So when did your girlfriend, then now fiance, meet your parents?
I can't even remember.
He don't even remember. It's supposed to be something special.
I can't even remember. I really can't remember.
She said last year.
I can't even remember. But nobody wants to separate their relationship from their parents. You said something about they're here for me. It's not for my parents to like. You'd be surprised as soon as you get a relationship how many birthday parties you all got to go to together and Memorial Days.
I hear you.
I'm
with you, but I'm the one who's saying like, yo, bring them around your parents, get it out the way. No. But listen, I hear you.
You're not gonna embarrass me. I brought a girl around my sister. Just my sister. And she embarrassed me so much.
The girl or your sister?
The girl.
Oh.
Like, it made me feel like, yo, like, why are you showing these type of chicks?
But that's my point exactly.
No.
But listen, I'm not saying bring a girl around your family that you already know what it is. I'm talking about somebody you think is worthy. Like, if it's something that you just call on Wednesday nights at 2:30 when you leaving, the bar, I'm not bringing her around my mom. She's not meeting my mom.
But that's what I'm saying. We got to really, we have to start figuring out the conversation. What is dating? Is dating we go out on a date and then somebody texts you, like, who this? Oh, that's some guy I'm dating named Mark. Can you say that on that date? Not to say that you want to, but can you say that? Oh, I'm out with Tiffany, or I'm out with Cheryl, or whoever. Can you say that on a date? What is date? Is a date right before? Are we kissing on dates? Can you have sex on, when you're dating? Like, what is these things? Like, we have to figure out what dating is. And then when we figure it out, we have to tell it to the person that we're trying to be with. Like, we dating. Okay, what's dating? Because Netflix and chill is that's dating. Get them yams up.
Yeah.
Get them yams up. So back to another point that I have. Stop being a ride or die chick. This is how you prevent deadbeat. Stop being a ride or die chick. Stop being a ride or die dude. And what I mean by that, if you got a girl that never tells you no,
yeah,
you will abuse her in so many different ways. You get her driving to come get you from this place. She'll go over here for you. Got you picking up a brick for him. You doing all of these different things. Back in the day, first of all, a woman will, whether she knows he's strong or not, a woman will follow a strong man. Now, it's one thing to figure out if she understands what a strong man is because she's had a whole lot of impersonators. But a woman will find a strong man. Back in the day, in the 70s, the late 70s, early 80s, when crack came out, or even you had a girl who got a good job, a guy who had a good job, he started smoking crack. It's not going to be that many. I don't even know the percentages, but I wouldn't be surprised if 89% of the women smoked it with him.
Yeah.
So don't let people send you down Schitt's Creek. Don't let nobody take you down a dark alley without no flashlight. Ask questions. Where we going? You know that girl that you with when she about to give you sloppy toppy or something, and she like, ew, what's that? What's that? Y'all gotta ask more questions. Y'all just can't be riding. You just riding. You don't know his intentions. That's why it's important for you to know who you are before you get in a relationship. Have parameters on who you are. That's how you prevent deadbeat parents. No. Understand my parameters. I ain't going this far. I'll drive to South Philly, but I'm not going all the way to Kansas. So therefore, he knows there's only a certain... She ain't going for that. She ain't doing that. I ain't even going to play myself. If a guy or a woman know it's green light, they going to get whatever. It's girls having a heyday right now on the steps with their girlfriends in the summertime. I'm going to get this nigga to bring me some crabs.
Yeah,
Come through. Don't bring me no crabs. Bring some crabs for me. Such and such, such and such, such, such. We all out here on the steps. I got him faded. Watch this. He want these yams so bad, he going to do whatever I say. Have parameters. Yo, you tripping, boo. Like, who you talking to?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, who crabs? You going to eat this guy? No, I ain't saying. But have parameters. I'm not doing that until I get this. Now, I'm not saying I'm not buying you nothing until I have sex. I'm not saying that. Just understand I'm not being facetious, but you got to stand for something to fall for everything. And that's just it. Yo. What about that strong girl? What about the girl from the wood? He went in there without the condom pop or whatever.
Yeah.
And she was like, the fish. You better
go. My brother got some in the drawer.
He went down to Stacy River.
You see what he went through to go. He was going to do whatever he need.
Anything worth having is worth fighting for.
Yeah, exactly.
So if that's what you want, you gonna go get it. Ain't none of that raw dog. Ain't no raw dog. Death to the raw dog. Girls are saying it now. Condoms is corny. Okay. Let's see this baby that look like the dude that you hate so much.
Exactly.
See how you treat him. We gotta think better. The biggest thing for me is preventing deadbeat parents. We have to think better. Know who you are. Know that you fall in love quick. Maybe you need to step back. Yo, people saying I love you in 2 weeks.
That's real. Cause
you don't know what love is. What's love? What's love? Love is if I see somebody shoot and I'm jumping in front of you. That's
I'm pushing off you to get a head start. Like,
I only knew it 2 weeks.
Yeah. Now that's crazy. Like you say all this and I'm thinking, I'm like, yo, last episode, Black said all his children were playing, and he had his first at 19.
Right.
So now I got my wheel spinning.
Okay.
What made you know you were ready at 19 for children and that you had the right one to have children with at 19?
Okay. So I should have talked about this last episode, but like the good thing about us is that we don't know each other's lifestyle so much to actually like throw stuff out there for you to catch it.
Yeah.
So we learning from each other. So I'm going to break a story down to you. When I was 7, my mom passed away. My biological mother passed away. And it was this lady named Jackie. And she was with my dad at the time, but she had a couple encounters with my biological mother. And we all went out one day to the zoo. And my mom was like, yo, I like you. My biological mother was like, I like you. If anything ever happened to me, that's your son. It's just crazy how that happened, right? So my mom passed away. And the day my mom passed away, she was right there. But she was still with my dad at the time. So I'm still mourning the loss of my biological mother. So I just was feeling like maybe you just here because you want my dad. You're trying to get cool points with my pop. So I ain't really. But over time, she was taking me to basketball games, buying me the warm up pants with the buttons on the side. She was doing the things that parents are supposed to do. She was signing permission slips. I was always over her house, and she took care of me since I was 7 years old. And look how I turned out. I went to college. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have went to college. If it wasn't for her, like, that's why I love my dad, because if it wasn't for my dad, I wouldn't have met her. Like, she has been, like, she's raised me to be who I am. Speaking fast, trying to speak fast. So over time, I seen what she did for me. So I met this lady up at college or whatever, and I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to tell this story, but I have to live this truth for this podcast because it has to be authentic. We were talking, we were getting along with each other and everything like that, and a couple people was like, "Yo, I think she pregnant, bro." I'm like, "No, she ain't pregnant," but we never talked about it. We were just cool and everything like that. And then I became to get at my lowest point. I had just bought a car, I didn't have no money, but she stood by me in that time. Made sure I ate every night. Made sure I was good. Made sure she helped me with my homework, even though she got me a couple F's on some of my
assignments.
On my couple of my assignments. But she was just there for me, and I just remember her going through it with a person on the phone, and you know, I remember her being on the phone, and it was like pretty stressful for her. And I was like, "Yo, you don't need no nut ass nigga. If you ever need anything, I got you." Now that was just me just being there just to support her because I fooled with her as a person. But as time went on, I started to be part of that situation, right? So she left school because she was pregnant. And when she had the baby, like 9 months, granted, 9 months, I met her 10 years. My daughter is 9.5, about to be 10, right? So you do the math, it doesn't add up right. So when you asked me a couple minutes ago, how old was she how long before she met my mom? It was pretty early. So what happened was, she called me the day the baby was born. I named her and everything. Her name is Manaya. I named her and everything. The day she was born, I was just going to be like a goddad or something to that magnitude. But she called me, and she was talking to me on the phone, and I can hear this baby in the background. And I'm like, "Who that?" She like, "You know who that is." The next day she called me. I'm like, "Where my daughter at?" Instant. Not even a thought, bro. It wasn't even like a thought. So from that point, that was my daughter. From that point, and I don't tell people this because I don't want anybody to ever slight my daughter because she's not biologically mine, because she deserves to look like me. I've been with her since she was born. This the first day I've been with her since she was born to now. She lived with me ever since she was born. And this, I could never repay my second mom for all of the things that she did. And the only way that I can repay her and show her respect for what she has did for me is what I'm doing now. I've been doing it since day one. I'm not her dad because my son is my son, or my second son and daughter is my kid. So she's not like that outside kid because of the other kids. That was my daughter first. I took care of her since she was a baby, and we didn't have my son until she was 2. But I had to get that out there to answer the question that you asked me. Now, what was that question again?
It don't even matter. It's like, yo, because like now that you went off topic and you told me this story, like this is crazy because like it's authentic, and I'm just like, damn, that's the connection. I'm talking to my dad after the podcast. I'm like, so dad, like, he like, yeah. So he like, listen, he's like, yeah, I shed a tear. And you talking, I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? So it's not my, biological father, but
Right.
He's like, yeah, man, I was there. My name should be on your birth. Like, my name is Tyrese Barker. Right. Like, I have his last name.
Right.
Like, he was like, him and my mom was married a month before I was born. Right. So, like, it's like, yo, maybe that's the connection that we had that we didn't know. No. And I'm sitting here listening to the story like, damn, I done forgot the question. I'm like, that's the connection, though.
I just really wish
at 19. I'm glad I actually wrote it down.
It's not in the phone. All right, what was it?
How did you know that like she was right to have kids? But now I'm backwards. Okay. Now you just messed me up because like it wasn't 19, but
it was 19.
But no, but like that's not when you decided that I'm ready. It was when you fight or flight kicked in, you fought.
It was automatic.
Yeah, it was automatic.
I didn't do it. I wasn't doing it depressed to show my mom, but it just felt right. Everybody knows those feelings that just feel right.
Exactly.
And I came home. I remember I came home because I was up at college, and she was born September 10th. I came home October 30th, 2008. That was the first time I actually seen her because I wasn't here in Philly when she had it. I was still at school. And I was walking up the steps, and I came in the house, and I walked up the steps. And as I walked up the steps, I just seen her sitting at the top of the steps in her little rocker.
Yeah.
And I just looked at her, and I grabbed her, and I just held her and smelt her, and them babies that smell so good. And it just was like, this is my baby right here, right? So I didn't tell my mom or my dad that she wasn't biologically my kid until like 6 months afterwards. I just popped up home with a baby like, this is my daughter.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, oh my God, this is my granddaughter. Oh my God, she was so hyped.
Yeah.
And I didn't tell them. And then I said, Mom, this is my daughter. She's not biologically mine, but I want you to treat her like she's mine. And it was instantaneous.
Yeah, it's not
instantaneous. So I always wanted a family young. And I always wanted a lot of kids. I wanted 10 kids. But as I'm taking care of her and me and my fiance is having a bond, it just was like, I get emotional thinking about it, right?
Yeah, no.
But it was just like, this is where I'm supposed to be. Sometimes you don't gotta figure it out. You just gotta let go and let God. And everything I have is because of this. You know what I'm saying? My mind has changed and everything like that. So I guess that question for me is a little bit altered.
Yeah, no, it was. But it was great because, like you said, like it's funny how we talk about things like, yo, I don't want to, share too much with you before. Like, we still going through this process. We still have a lot to learn about each other.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And you just like, I'm like, wait, hold up.
Right.
And like, I'm starting to, you telling the story and I'm doing the math. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know how you get that old moments, like something start clicking, like, oh, yeah, I'm like, all right,
yeah. So I'm hoping,
you know how you just
sense.
start, yeah, and I see the water in your eyes, and I'm like, and I'm trying not to, I'm like, oh God, because I'm like, yo, that's the same situation. Yeah. But now I'm a thug though,
so
I don't cry.
Nah, man. Do you feel like we touched on a lot of the topics? I have some other things here that I can just like run through real fast, so we don't have to really elaborate on them. You gotta have your own mind. You gotta think for yourself. But to think for yourself, you have to understand yourself, and you have to be a little bit smarter. Because sometimes you can think for yourself, but it's nothing but Tweety birds up in your head. You don't really know. So sometimes you gotta learn from other people's mistakes. You gotta talk to people, figure out what's going on. Talk to some people who are single parents, single moms, single dads. Talk to them. Figure out what their downfall was, or how did they get to this point, or listen to their situation, because you can fall into those same situations. So sometimes you got to learn from other people to be aware and hear their stories. Create good dating practices. Set your parameters. Let people know what you ain't going to do and what you going to do. Ladies and guys, stop giving people that 90-day rule. No more 90-day rules. I don't agree with them, because you'll have a guy fake it. Because usually guys don't have 90-day rules, I don't think. But girls do. You'll have a guy fake it for 90 days. Just to get to your yams. And it's built up so much testosterone, so much of build up. He get the yams and be like, man, this is what I was waiting for. Skirt, skirt. So sometimes you got to understand, men and women, the chase. Like, people love to chase. You love to run. You love to be pounced. It's like that piece of chicken that's in your tooth. Yeah. You just like, you searching for it. And as soon as you get it, you like, I ain't got nothing to chase no more. I wish it was in my tooth a little bit longer. So sometimes people love to chase. So you get all of the romantic, creative. Let's go out of town. Let's go to the end of the Dove. Let's go out to the movies. Let's go to this place and that place. Because it's the chase. And then when they get what they want, they start acting different. Y'all talking every day, and all of a sudden y'all talking every 2 days, or the text messages are getting shorter. So you got to be able to try to recognize that. Now, I'm not saying that it's possible to do, but it's not impossible either. Love yourself. You gotta love yourself.
That's number one. You can't love anybody else or anything else if you don't love yourself first. Exactly. You gotta know what love is. You gotta know how to love yourself and be comfortable within your own skin, and just know that you're happy within. Like, that's key. Like, you have to be happy within.
Tell yourself to love yourself, as T-Bark just said, but you also got to value yourself. Understand what your value is. Everybody get a car and then they go to KBB, kellybluebook.com to see what the value of the car is. And it tells you, do you got a transmission? Is it stick shift automatic? Does it have power windows? Does it have sunroof? Blah blah
Right.
blah. And then because of those things that it has, it gives you an ultimate value of the car. Figure out what your value is. I go to school every day. I got a good job. I go to work. I got a good job. I got my own place. I save my own money. I know my value, so I know what I can offer a relationship, so I'm not going to take nothing less. Have your standards. I'm not saying be Hasidity, but you got to have your standards. That's basically all I have. Oh yeah, we don't value time in we don't value time in a duration of time. We try to speed up life.
Yeah,
so we try to speed it up. We try to forget that we just met somebody and just try to do everything that you think.
Everything's in a microwave.
It's like everybody know they got a clock to tell them, hey, you don't know when you're going to die. So stop living your life. Everybody say life is short. Life is short to people who ain't living right.
Yeah.
You live right. Life can be fun. Life can be long. Life can be enjoyable, fulfilling. You just got to live life right and understand that you know who you are. That's just it. That's all I have in closing for me.
No, I know I piggybacked off of what you were going through when your closing thoughts, but like I said, if you want to prevent deadbeat parents, number one, take that initial sex out the way. Like, put that to the side. That's not important. If you're just gonna do it just to do it and enjoy it, take care of yourself and protect yourself and move forward. There's way too many unintended children. You know what I mean? We read up on these things. I'm like, 50% of the births in the U.S. are pretty much unexpected. You're like, damn, and damn near half of those are wind up in abortion. So it's just like you wasting your money, taxpayers' money. It's like, yo, you really got to take care of yourself, and that's not healthy for you or your whole body, your whole system. Protect yourself, love yourself, and make sure you really know who you're getting involved with. Like, sure. That's number one. Don't ignore the signs because you like this person so much. Like, that's fine and dandy that you love them with all your heart and X, Y, and Z. But are they gonna be there when the lack of better terms shit hits the fan?
For sure. I mean that's all I have, man. I thank you guys for listening. We appreciate the hospitality. Tune in next week.
See y'all next week.
At last, the Eps and Dad podcast with T-Bark and Blackie Chad. Serving the realness, don't make them mad. Nah, say how you feel. Communicate freely, that's how you build. Word.